Jim, we have a good question from YouTube today. What tools can we use to clear ancestral or past life fear programming?
Yeah, that's a pretty good question. So, one of the things that you get to play with in starting to look at some of your particular issues, I'm not okay issues, I don't like myself issues. In a lot of ways, that's not your issue. That's the mom, dad, teacher, minister who said you're not okay. But if you take it into ancestral, an awful lot of the energetics that you are working with are energetics that have been passed down. And so basically starting to deal with this is my programming, this is how I live my life, this is my personality, and you begin to look at it using the tools that we have, eighth ray, fourth, fifth, sixth ray, beginning to get centered, balanced, my side of the rose, center of my head, and starting to recognize a lot of this energy simply isn't who I am. And so by recognizing it and then using the tools that you're playing with in mastering alchemy, you start to shift you. In the process of shifting you, you begin to clear out that whole lineage pattern because it's present time in your space. And so when it's removed from your space, there's no receptor there to continue to catch those vibrational frequencies. And so just simply beginning to be okay with yourself really begins to do a lot of that healing of ancestral programming that just simply is there to say, well, here's what you're supposed to do. But when you begin to look at what do I want to do? How do I want to live my life? And you start to make that transition in present time, an enormous amount of that ancestral program simply starts to just fall away.
Well, let me add really quick. Are there specific tools that work just for ancestral or past life fear issues, or how does that
There's
work?
ways of using the tools that you have to direct them at that type of a topic. And so, what I mean by that is my family seems to have lack in their life. My whole family talks about not enough and things don't work and poor me. And is that who you want to be? And so, if the answer is no, that's not who I want to be, then use the tools that you have available to you to apply to that circumstance that you're focusing on. So, I say this often, a hammer is a hammer is a hammer. In this case, a rose is a rose. Use the rose, use the tools, and direct it at the topic. The hammer doesn't care whether it's a big nail or a little nail. It does what it's supposed to do, and that's what the tools do.